Hello everyone, Jaime Mantilla here, and in this video I'm going to continue with CopyCoder. I have actually learned more about what you need to do before you actually upload the screen. You can see I have created 2 videos in the past for CopyCoder, but this one is the third one, which is going to show you what needs to happen before you upload on a screen to be able to get the right prompts. I actually watched the actual owner of CopyCoder, which is Moritz Krem. Sorry if I messed up your name. Shout out to you. And you can follow him. His YouTube is Prompt Warrior. He also has TikTok account here with a bunch of followers, and he's actually explaining to you how CopyCoder works and the stack that he uses and how to use it. So I've been doing some more research, and that's what I've been learning. And also what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to create this UI, which is from Data SEO, which is an API source for SEO agencies to be able to get data for keywords, backlinks, just anything SEO related. So shout out to them as well. And that is the UI that I'm going to be using. They have this mockup or this mockup for backlinks information. So I'm just going to open it up here just so you can see it. I'm going to try to recreate this UI using CopyCoder. Okay, I'm going to leave the information below for data for SEO as well. I have created a video for... It is an SEO tool which actually goes and grabs information about the local listings from the maps. It actually gets the information for these local listings, and then I'll get information about the site related to keywords, backlinks, and just information in general as far as technical SEO and information about the site itself. All I did was connect APIs from data for SEO source, and is this video here, but I'm going to make sure I also link it. That way you can actually watch it and see pretty much all the information that you can get from data for SEO, which is they have a great playground in the background, bunch of APIs that you can call to get data from. It's actually much cheaper than going to an actual tool like, Ahrefs and SEMrush, like if you want to build your own tool. So it'll be very beneficial. But again, I'll make sure that I add all those details there, okay? So with that said, I'm going to show you how I'm going to generate the prompt here. I'm going to actually generate a folder for Backlink UI, CopyCoder. That way we can start it from scratch. And I'm going to just walk you through a step-by-step what I'm going to be doing. That way you can actually try it yourself and experiment the results yourself. Okay, so I'm going to select this folder. I'm going to open up Cursor AI. And then I'm going to grab this image, which I have it saved on my local. So I'm just going to drop it in here. So this is the image. And then it's going to, we have to click on generate prompt, which is going to give you the prompt. Analyze the UI structure is going to give you the prompt, and then that's the prompt that you're going to put in Cursor AI. In the meantime, I'm going to come here to Cursor AI and go to the composer, and I have to actually open up the terminal, which you can do with Control-tilde or just terminal, new terminal. And then I have copied these 2 scripts. So I have to run these npx create next app latest, and then period, and then a space npx chatcn, which is, that's what is going to help with the looks of the UI latest. And then in it, I'm going to go ahead and run it. I'm going to put those in the comments as well, just so you have that information. So that's going to create the structure of the folders. And then once I create the prompt, it's going to be much easier for the composer in Cursor to follow the structure and create what we need to create, okay? So here, you're gonna be asked with certain prompts. The idea is for you to do yes on every single one of them. So enter, 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 enter. This one, for default, you do the yes and then enter on that one. And it's gonna take some time for it to create all this information. So I'm just going to wait here with you just so that you can see it. I don't want to edit the videos unless you guys tell me, hey, whatever. If it's not working for you, I kind of start cutting the videos on certain parts. But the idea of these videos is for me to take you step by step from beginning to end, for you to experience what you're going to experience once you start taking action. So please bear with me here while we see all this information being created and getting compiled, okay? So I know it's going to be painful, and I've been saying that on previous videos, but I think it's important for you to know what it takes and how long it's going to take. But if I get some feedback that you don't want to see yourself just here waiting, then that's okay. And then I can start editing the videos that way, all right? So I'm just going to show you here. NPX, I don't think it ran the one for... Okay, so you run the create for Next.js. Let me go ahead and run the ChatCN one real quick to make sure that we get it right. Okay, so yes, proceed. So there's two scripts that have to be run. I'm gonna put them here. That way you can see. So it's npx create next app latest with the period, and then npx ChatCN latest init. Okay. So again, just give me a few minutes here, or a few seconds. All right. So pre-flight, which style would you like to use? I don't know about this one. Let's do New York. Oh, okay. I should have gone with just default, but that's fine. Let's see, next video I could probably use that. So I'm gonna let's go with that one. Everything's gonna be default. Whatever is selected at the beginning, that's what I'm gonna go with. If I see some issues, I can try another video with some other different prompts. That way you know the difference and how long it takes for each, okay? We are at 8 minutes in this video. I'm hoping to get this done before 30 minutes. So just, again, bear with me. Here is installing the dependencies. First time, it normally doesn't get it right off the bat, but that's what we're going to experience. Okay, so right now, everything seems to be set up. I'm going to go ahead to CopyCoder and grab these initial prompts. So I'm going to copy the prompt, and then I'm going to have to come back again and get the prompt, the second prompt, which is the second step. And I'm just going to go ahead and paste it here. All right. This actually is all the information about the analysis of the UI itself. I'm going to go agent mode, which is more of a yellow mode, which is going to do its thing to try to figure it out, errors and things like that. And then once you do that, it may ask you questions for you to continue. Yes, no. And that's all you have to do. Cursor is going to generate all the code for you. And all you have to do is accept and just take a look at the results. And hopefully we get these pretty soon, okay? So as you can see, it's saying I'll help you create a comprehensive SEO backlink analysis dashboard, which is what the image looks like. Let's start with the implementation. And then as you can see, it's getting a few things installed. The different components. Let's create a component structure. Now let's create our main components. And I'm just gonna let it do its thing. And it's just beautiful how it does it. You see, like, you don't have to do anything. It is starting to create everything how it's supposed to on the different folders, different things. You see all this stuff. All this stuff is just written by Cursor AI. You don't have to write any line of code except to just tell it what to do and accepting any changes that it has done. Okay. So it's saying it's looking at some errors and it's actually fixing it itself. So let me fix this import issue, the sidebar component. Okay, that's fine. Let's create a metric card component. So it's doing that. Now it's saying let's create a main page component that I will use with all these components. Fine. So everything looks great so far. And then once it's done, I'll spin up the browser to see what the UI looks like. And if you gets it right, everybody's gonna be blown away, especially if you haven't done this before. First time I did it, I was like, my mind was blown. And there's instances where my mind still continues to be blown. So I'm actually super excited about this. This actually gets me going because it's just beautiful how AI is here to make us better. All right. Let's create a referring domains table component to complete the dashboard. And I feel sometimes I just get the UIs that are very complex on the videos from Moritz and other people. Actually, it takes like 10 minutes for them to create these UIs and everything is perfect on the second attempt. I'm hoping to get there with this process and kind of learning what needs to happen. But hopefully this is useful for everybody that watches this video, okay? So it says, I now complete implementation of all required components, SEO backlink analysis dashboard. Here's the summary, layout, feature components, the styling, functionality, best practices. The dashboard is now complete with all the required features and follow the specific design requirements. Would you like me to make any adjustments or add any additional features? No, I don't want that. Okay, so I'm going to accept everything. And normally here, you would do npm run dev. Okay. This should give us some information whether the UI is complete or not, or if it's getting any errors. So npm run dev will run all the dependencies, compile everything, and make it work. And then I'll have to navigate to this URL, which is my localhost 3000. And on my localhost 3000, either I'm going to see a UI or I'm going to see a red error or something that is going to give me the signal whether things are working or things are not. Okay. So right now, as you can see, it has some spacing on the side, but overall, we have the overview, we have the backlinks. Right now, it doesn't have that structure because that would be the second step from here. So if I say generate page structure, so it's going to give me the prompt. But right now, we have the overview, backlinks, stored pages, referring domains, anchor, link gap, opportunities. Now we're getting backlinks, stored pages, referring domains, anchor, link gap, link opportunities, which is exactly what we want. Right now, once we're done, I'm going to tell it to make sure that we don't have any gaps on that side. Let me just do that now. And say, hey, there's some space here. Let me just tell it right away. Thank you. Before we continue and you fix this, the UI has a lot of space on the right. And you please make sure to use full width. And then I paste the screen and I'm going to click submit just to see what it does. And it's just going to analyze the UI. And then it's going to tell me that it's going to fix it. So let's see. Okay, I'll help you fix the spacing issue, ensure the UI uses the full width. The main issue appears to be the padding and the width constraints. Let's make the adjustments of the layout components, and then it's going to go ahead and update the header. So 16 border page. So these are all like the CSS information. That's more for the looks of the UI. So it's updating all those properties. Now let's update the main page layout to ensure it uses the full width. Perfect. So that's the page TXT. That's this one here. As you can see, goes to 6. Background white. So it's just doing what it needs to do in order for it to look better. Okay. We are at 15 minutes. So far it's been like 5 minutes from the time that we put in the prompt to here. So would you like me to add any additional? Nope. Right now we're good. I'm going to go ahead and refresh my screen here. And it updated it, right? So we have last year, 6 months. It has the domains. None of this should be functional right now, but it has sample data and, dummy data for you to see what it would look like, okay? This graph didn't get it so far, but let's see. Actually, was it that one? Yeah, didn't get it, but let's see what it does, okay? So I'm going to go back to CopyCoder. I'm going to go ahead and copy this prompt for cursor, and I'm going to go ahead and paste it here. And right now is going to go ahead and try to generate every single page. It may take longer than expected here for this video, but it's going to try to generate data for the backlinks, the top pages, referring domains, anchor, link gap, and link opportunities. Let's just see it. Let's just see it work. So I'm going to go ahead and put these side by side, and I'm just going to let you watch it go right now. So say I'll help you create the Next.js routed structure based on the navigation menu items and implement the layout. Let's start with creating the necessary files and components. First, let's create the layout components. Great. So we have the dashboard layout, profile layout. Now let's create the routed structure. That is the layout structure. Now let's create the overview page as an example. So everything is going to be an example. It's not specifically with data, but the beauty of this is once you have a layout of what you want to build, then it's a matter of start prompting it. That way you can start all the backend integrations so that you can actually start displaying real data calling from a specific either database or an API on its own. So let's see. So right now, everything that it's doing seems to be working as expected. I don't know if this will give us any. Well, you see now you can see how things are being rendered as we speak. This one has an error. Referring domains, error. Just gonna let it finish, but the backlinks already has some information here. Which is beautiful, man. It's just, this looks much better for what from what I build. I actually use Python and Streamlit for rapid prototyping. I'm learning Next.js and I'm learning how to do and what commands to use, and that's why I'm doing this. So, and this actually looks much better for sure in terms of presentation. So let's see what it does, okay? All right, so I created a basic routed structure with 2 example pages and the user profile section. The structure follows the Next.js. So he said only 2 examples. Group. Each route is wrapped in a proper layout. The layout provide consistent navigation, responsive behavior. Would you like me to implement any remaining routes and make adjustments to the existing ones? Nope. Please implement the rest. Okay. So I just want these. I'm just going to refresh these just to see which ones were the 2 that it created as a sample. So we have backlinks. Top pages is not one of them. Referring domain is not one of them. Anchor, not one of them. Link gap, not one of them. And the components, not one of them. So maybe it was referring to overview. and backlinks, but I also want this graph to have, some sort of sample data in it, which I'm going to ask it just so you can see if it, if it works. I'm guessing it is going to work, but it's going to take some prompting and some back and forth. But let's see. Okay, so now let's create the referring domains page with the visualization components, which is this one here. Not happening yet. So you see, like, I'm getting 404 once I move to those. All right, so now there you go. Okay, backlinks. And this is amazing. This is amazing. I'm not going to be tired of repeating myself. If you're just watching me doing this stuff and not taking action, you're actually wasting time. I want you to watch what I'm doing and then go and take action. Download Cursor, download whatever you need to download, anything that I've used in the past, any prompts that I'm using or from other creators, it doesn't matter, but go and use artificial intelligence to make you better. That's all I'm asking. Try it, and then your brain is going to start spinning with ideas and just the potential of the things that you can do. Okay? Because that's what happened to me. That's what has happened to many other creatives that I've seen. They're actually doing pretty well. They're documenting their journey. They're teaching. People are learning. But content consumption without action is not going to lead you anywhere. I've been on those feet where I'm just, watching content, not taking action. That actually leads to frustration. So what I want to encourage you right now is to start taking action, kind of remove the fears, all the limitations that you have in your head. Try it, because you have these as an assistant that is going to, again, make you better. So don't doubt yourself. Just rely on artificial intelligence right now. Rely on AI. Rely on all the tools that are available right now, so that you can learn and be more efficient with your life. Okay, now stop with the rant right there. He's saying, I now implemented the main routes, backlinks. Each route followed the requirements included. Gives me all the information. Each page is fully responsive, includes proper filtering, has consistent styling. Will allow me to make any adjustments. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to expand my screen. I'm going to refresh, make sure everything is taken care of. So I have the backlinks page with data. We have the top pages with sample data. We have referring domains with sample data. We have anchor text with sample data. We have link gaps with sample data, and link opportunities with sample data. Actually, link opportunities doesn't have. Okay, so let's do a few things. I could finish the video now, but I want to continue to push the envelope here with AI, see if we're going to be able to get the information that we need. So right now, what I wanted to do is I want to tell it, hey, the link opportunities page does not have any sample data. Could you please take a look? Okay, you're speaking it like any human being, natural language. Pretend that you're speaking to a senior developer. Maybe you're a tester. You're talking to your senior developer. Hey, you're missing this information. So they're going to go fix it for you. Or you can act as junior developer, somebody that, knows limited information in terms of development, especially if you really don't know that information, to ask it to give you the information. You can actually use AI to ask it, what specific sections are and what type of functionality is it. So you can actually back re-engineer from the result back to learning, so that you can start getting the concepts and the functionalities of what you're building. Okay, you don't have to know coding from the beginning. You actually can get results and then backtrack and start asking questions so that you know what an API is, what routes are, what functions are, what methods, what objects, and all that stuff once you get a handle of what you're building. Okay, so I'm just gonna accept. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to go to link opportunities, and it didn't. I'm gonna highlight this, add to composer. What is this doing? So I'll update the sample with 10 realistic opportunities, more diverse. Would you like me to add any other type of samples? Okay, it didn't do it. It said that it did it, or maybe it's just getting confused with some other page, but I don't see it happening unless I have to refresh or start the application again. Let's see. Okay, this is good. Last year, last 6 months. All right. So I'm going to go back to cursor. I see the issue. The route is actually link opportunities, not opportunities. Okay, so I'm going to accept the changes. Apparently it fixed it. Various domain ratings. Let's see. There you go. So you have link opportunities, and you have, these are the link opportunities. And then last question is I'm gonna say, hey, thank you very much. There are some graphs and pie charts. Let me see where the pie charts are. Pie charts. So on the overview page, graphs. On the overview page that are blank, would you be able to create a dummy chart with sample data to see what it looks like? So let's go. So we have that graphic. Let's do that. And there's a chart industry distribution. Okay, so here I'm just gonna get ready for this page. There is a pie chart placeholder. For this is distribution, and you please display a chart, a pie chart with sample data for illustration purposes. Okay, so now it's telling me, let's see. So we needed to create another dependency here, which is the recharts. And then I've added sample lines, 2 metrics over time. Fine, I'm gonna accept. And maybe for the charts, I need something else. Let's see, that didn't work. I'm just going to start again just to see. So did it do it? So it installed it. Okay. Okay. So let's say place no graph. Oops. Let me type this somewhere else. Then I'm gonna copy these. just letting it know what I'm seeing so that it can. The chart show a steady growth, backlinks referring domains. Would you like me to make any adjustments? Okay, so once we get this graph, I don't want to bore you with the rest of the pages. I'm just going to go ahead and finish the video once I get this one right. But again, it's more about the same concept. You will have to specify the page, specify what you want as an output from what you're expecting from the UI, and then AI will take care of that for you, or the agent will take care of that for you. But let's make sure that I get this correctly before I wrap up with the video. And just to make sure, I'll do a recap to make sure that we are good. Okay, so it's not working. Make sure I'll run this again. So I'm on npm. Actually, copy. I want to kill the session here or terminate the session. That's fine. That's what it did. 2 metrics over time, backlinks, feature, responsive container. I'm not seeing any errors. Header content. Okay. Visual. Okay. Let's do that. You have that. You have that. Okay. The backlinks growth graph is still not showing a graph. Can you please review and fix? This is what you're going to have to do. Sometimes it feels frustrating, but again, for the time that we've spent here, it's just 32 minutes. This type of UI probably will take days or weeks, if not months, to create the right way. So this is something that has to be designed. You need a designer, either in Figma or some other graphic design tool or template tool to come up with the actual layout. With this, all you're doing is cloning from other applications and then modifying based on your needs. And right now, AI is just making it much easier, especially CopyCoder right now is just amazing. I just used it 3 times already, and it's just mind-blowing what it does. And I think they're trying to add more features to make it even better. So the chat should now be visible. The chart should be now visible. Okay, let's see. I don't know. Let's hope. Come on. Bro. It's not working. Okay, I'm going to take another screenshot. And I'm going to tell it to, okay, no graph. Okay, no graph. No graph. See attachment. See attachment. Please refer to the at source code or code base, actually. Code base. Code base. Source to the code. Normally you will see code base here, but it's not showing up. Code base to fix it. Let's see. You have anchors, backlinks, overview. It's this page here. It would be this page here. I see the issue. We need to install resharts. We did. Page fixed since it is not a project dependency. Let me help you install it. We did that already. Since that the package was already installed, let me check code again and make sure everything is properly imported and rendered. Thank you. So you see how smart it is? Like, he knew that he already installed it. And he's just going to check that page, that txt, which is in the one that I'm in right now. And now he's going to try to fix few things, which it did. And then it's going to also, please make sure to restart your development server after installing resharts. Something it is unnecessary. Okay, fine. So I'm just going to click control. I'm going to accept. And then I normally use the arrow app, which is like you can actually see the history of the commands that were run. So I know that arrow up, my last command was npa run def. So that's what I'm doing right now. And that's what it run. And let's see. It's not doing it. And I'm not going to give up until it does it correctly. Backlink growth. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. I'm going to come here. Okay, I want to try to. Okay, so that's this section here. Select period, show data for. Okay. Please. I still don't see data being displayed in the UI. Can you please check? We have the page. So in this case, it's page that tsx on the overview. Line 82, which is this show data for. And make sure we have placeholder data to display charts. I don't know what else to tell it. Maybe you need something else, but I don't want to just leave this video as is. I know you want to make it, you want to see it work. I want to see it work. Thank you, everybody that is staying here to this point. But this is what needs to happen. This is what needs to happen once you're building something and you're trying something. It's like, you got to try different approaches, different prompts, different conversations. So let's see. Backlink growth. Responsive. Okay. Let's see. I made several imports, updated the chart data values, adding proper, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. I don't even know. Just gonna do it. Hoping it did, but if it didn't, then we are screwed. Are there any errors? Here, let me see. Console. Tree attributes render. HTML didn't match the client properties. Server side. Okay, so again, I'm gonna refresh again just to see if I get any errors, and that's on the F12 development console. You can do that on Windows F12. You can actually do right click and view source or inspect, and that'll open up this screen. And then I'm going to, so let's say this one here, that's the graph component. And we're seeing these errors here. So I'm just going to copy this. And then I'm going to copy it into here just to see what it tells me. And hopefully we get an answer from this. If not, we'll keep trying. Okay? I've placed component. This graph component is the one that is not rendering. All right, let's see. Okay, this hydration mismatch error is occurring because we are using client-side components, use client with server-side rendering. The specific issues with the chart component from restart. Let's modify our approach to handle this better. So it's making changes on the pages.txt, which is the one that we were using, this one here. Okay. It's finding some errors. It's fixing it. Got more errors. Now I need to create a backlink growth chart component, which is doing right now. I've made the following changes to fix the hydration. What is it? Hydration mismatch and improve the chart implementation. I'm hoping. But if it's not working this time, it's gonna be frustrating. Very frustrating. So same error. Man, what the hell? Come on, come on. I normally try to terminate the session and then restart again just to see if there's anything kind of lingering. So I'm restarting now and I'm getting the same error here. So let's just fix that. Let's do that. Okay. I'm gonna copy it again. Copy. Same error and no charts. Let's see. Better fix it. What else can I grab so it knows where to look for stuff? Let's try a different approach by moving the chart component to the client-only component and using the more strict client-side rendering approach. Let's see if that's going to do anything. I don't want anything else to be messed up. But this is what it takes. Sometimes I hate it when I do this and now my video takes longer. But I get into this and I just don't want to leave you hanging and just not fix the errors, right? It's like, come on, I don't want to leave this not finished. I would be happy with just one graph, which is what I'm hoping for. So let's see. Getting the same error. Use effect. Now refresh. Hopefully there's no more errors. Man, what the hell? Rebuilding, refresh. Come on. Mismatch. I copy. I'm gonna paste. I want to tell it which component is it here. So this one here. I'm gonna copy the element. It is still not rendering any graphs. And here is the error that I am seeing in the console. Please review the code base. Sometimes, hold on a second. If I go here to preferences, cursor settings, sometimes there's a index thing here. Show the models that I'm using, verify, features, composer, YOLO, resync, code-based indexing. So resync is 100%. I don't know why it's not picking it up, but I say code-based. Code base? No. Source code? Just gonna say code base to fix it, please. Okay. Let's try it again. Come on. These are the reps that you have to put in. Okay. Just continue. Okay, let's see. Pages txt. So remove that. Different approach by creating a server component where the client here's it's getting errors. It's going to try to fix it. And again, I may be doing something wrong. I don't know. I don't know all the ins and outs. I just started using CopyCoder. Maybe I'm missing a specific script. I have no clue. But that's what we're doing right now. Please refresh your page and chart should now appear without hydration error. Well, I'm hoping that's the case. And it's not the case. So I'm doing that. I'm going to, what if I do that again? Okay, fine. Try to reinstall the reshards, which they were already installed. That's fine. Or up to date. Okay. Uncut promise. Same error. What would you suggest to display dummy data chart? Try simple approaches and basic chart implementation without dynamic loading. I'll create a simple version that should work reliably. Let's see. Let's hope. Maybe it's not going to be the optimal version that we want it to be dynamic, like changing the data based on the different filters, like these ones. But let's see what solution it offers. This you could use for, mocking to kind of, like, say if you have a product owner, a client, or somebody that wants to see a product before it's implemented. This is just, for that. Or if you're building something for you, you want to see what you want before you start implementing or putting too much time into it. So that's exactly what we're doing. These are all, mock-ups, prototypes, rapid prototyping, which is 50 minutes already, but it's pretty rapid instead of a few weeks or months to get something back. Okay. So let's go back here. Let's accept. Come on. Dang it. Man, this is very frustrating, right? Error persist. Error persist. What else can we do? Let's go. I see the issue now. The hydration mismatch is happening at the root level with body classes. Let's try a different approach by moving all client components under the client-only wrapper. So we messed up the UI right now. It's trying to do some crazy magic. You see that happening? Okay. Now let's update the backlinks growth to use simpler chart implementation. Let's go. It's doing the backlink growth section txt file. It's updating it. I made several significant changes. Remove, do that, root layout, chart, blah. Please refresh the page. Let's refresh the page and see what that was. Come on. Ooh. Man. Come on. Error. Not sure if it's gonna get set, but I don't want to spend too much time here on this video. Again, I could have cut it 20, 30 minutes and would have been much easier, but I don't like when things don't work as I want. So see the issue now. Yeah, you said that before. The problem is coming from the browser extension modifying the body elements. Let's try a different approach by using the client-only wrapper. So I think you did that already, bud. Now let's remove the client layout wrapper since we are handling client side. And this stuff may not be making sense for some or all, but you don't have to make sense of it right now. All we're trying to do is get this fixed and just get a simple graph being rendered. And it's not happening, and we're still getting the error. I'm getting frustrated. Actually, let's set this. Going to same thing. Same error. Do you have any other suggestions? This needs to work now. Let's see. Oh man. Come on. Let's try a completely different approach by using the static placeholders, doing SSR and replacing it with a chart only after hydration is complete. Here's how we'll do it. So it's changing these files, it's getting errors. It's trying to fix it, which is great. Client charts txt. Wonder if anything else got broken. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Links opportunities, I think, got broken. Actually, no, it didn't get broken. Good. John Doe. Filters. Okay. Let's go. Accept changes. I don't think he got it. Same error. No luck. No luck. Same error. It is not fixed. Can you please address it by reviewing the whole code base and coming up with a reliable solution? You have tried many times already with no success. Please. I understand the issue now. The hydration error is occurring because there's difference between the server rendering HTML on the client side. Yeah, I think that we already talked about this. Let's implement a more robust solution. First, let's modify the root layout to handle client. Okay, fine. I'll edit the root layout file to handle this. Great. Fine. Errors. Let me fix these errors. Now let's also update the chart component to more resilient to hydration issue. Come on, let's go. Let's do that. This hydration issue, it's not fun. Update client, proper mount. Chart now waits until fully mounted. That's not true. Initialize. I copy all this crap. Let's see. Copy. Am I missing anything? Am I missing anything? Okay, let me try a different approach. The issue seems to be with the way we're handling the body attributes. Instead of creating a client-side wrapper, let's use Next.js built-in use client directive and handle the mounting state at the dashboard layout level. First, let's simplify the root layout. So simplifying the root layout. Now let's update the dashboard layout to handle client-side mounting. That's fine. Let's also update the dashboard layout component to be simpler and avoid potential hydration issues. Fine. I want this to be fixed. These changes should resolve. Heard that many times already. Dashboard layout uses fragmented and okay, fine. Please fix it. Uncut promise. It's not working, dude. Breathing. AI, okay. I need probably a breathing exercise right now. Clear console. No, I don't want a clear console. I want to copy this stuff. I want to copy these. copy. We need to try again. The hydration issue has not been resolved. This issue was not happening before. Can you please try again? Oh my God. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, I just want to see a graph. One graph, please, one graph. This one graph is going to mess up the whole project thing in many people's eyes. But again, that's part of this journey. Part of this journey. I hope this gets fixed before I disconnect. Because I don't want to disconnect without seeing a graph. Should resolve the hydration. Okay. This client. All right. So there's that. Want to refresh. Element. Console. Network. Are we seeing another error? Download React Dev Tools. Better blah, blah, blah. Now it's not loading completely. Let me close this out. Going to terminate the terminal. I'm going to start over just to make sure everything is cleared. This UI thing, this was fixed before. I think it reverted back to what it was. But let's see. Key changes. Added suppress hydration warning. Added mutation of servers. Simplify the layout structure. Move the flex container. Remove client side. Watch the changes. Filter. So I'm not seeing the hydration thing, but I'm still not seeing. See now, wait, just gonna do this. I'm gonna close this out. I'm gonna do that just to make sure there's nothing cached. Okay. Okay. Let's see. UI is taking too long to render. Let me see. It is still spinning. Okay, yeah, it's not working now with those changes. Mutation approach is causing performance issues. Instead, let's go back to simpler solution. So it's going back to the same. We may see the error again. I don't know if we're going to get to see the graph. Let's see. Are there any other graph libraries that are easy to implement and to make it work? All we want is to display some test data in the backlink growth graph section. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do that. Make sure I close these browser. Make sure okay, so it is still showing that error. That's fine. It's still not a graph. Okay. And then I'm going to see if my request, this is the implementation. Let's see. What did it do? Let's try using recharts again, but a simpler implementation. Yeah. It's not working. I wish it was working. No graphs. It's still no graphs. I may have to do some research again. Still nothing. I'm just gonna let it finish, but I may have to still do some research to see if there's any specific libraries besides restart. Well, let me ask it. Because we haven't been able to get it to work, which is not good. I mean, it's frustrating, but I'm sure there's other solutions for that. Now let's update the client component to ensure that it works properly. Now let's update client component to ensure it works properly. Fine, I read that already. Is there, I mean, if this doesn't work, I'm just gonna ask it if there's any other chart libraries. Are there any other chart libraries that we can use instead of research? Okay. So let's try using charts with Charts 2, which is another popular lightweight charting library, is implementation. Let's fix that. So it's did it run? Pop-out terminal. Did it run? I don't think it run. Let me fix that remaining error. No. PM install. So this is the one that is running. Going to change, reach that. Auto proper loading. What is this? Go. npm. Okay, so it did that. Going to restart the terminal. Going to accept the changes. Going to reload the UI. This may take, I want to do a few more tries with that library, but I don't know if it's going to work though. Okay. 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 I still not showing graphs. review how the graph is being handled. And you just try showing a simple graph, line, or bar, just to test the rendering. Okay, so I'm asking it to try to test the rendering with anything, with a simple graph, with a simple whatever, just to see if it's able to do it. If it's not able to do it, it may be something bigger. But if it gets 1 or 2 bars or something within the bulk backlink growth, maybe that'll help with the rest of the graph. Implementation test or create a basic line chart with minimal configuration. Let's update the backlink growth section to be simpler. Bar chart 2. Pass on empty array. Okay. Now, this should help verify chart. No, nothing is rendering. Page. I'm gonna have to fix these in the composer. It's another one. So there's a few things that are not working as expected. So these data thing is to be fixed too. So see, everything that is in red here is just throwing errors, things that are missing based on the changes. We just want to make sure that we fix that. Just update the backend growth to accept props. Okay. Okay, these changes. Fine. I still see issues here. So you're just gonna hover it and then you fix it on the composer and you'll send it to the composer to be fixed. Time filter. So now it's thinking. Come on. Okay, let's accept. I don't think that's gonna fix it, but we just wanna make sure that whatever we're seeing is fixed. Okay, so that error is still there. Added, use client, fine. Okay. Still data, no graph rendered. I was gonna do something else. Please review. So this one. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do something else. Okay, so now this was not working before or after the changes. Now it is working again. This hydration thingy is still messing things up. Let's update the backlink section to ensure proper mounting. Come on, it's mounted correctly, man. False, accept. client side, manage checking client side. The chart should not render properly. Please refresh the page. All right. So it is not. Why? Okay. Nothing. And there ain't on this. It's simpler chart implementation of the client chart, basic chart first, ensure it renders. Come on, man. Come on. All right. So we're just going to recap what we did so far. The graph is something that we actually need to work on, but it overall created an image from this image. It created a UI with all these components. We use CopyCoder to generate the prompt. We use CopyCoder to generate the steps or the page structure for this specific image. Again, it was only just uploading the image. We know the owner of CopyCoder is the prompt warrior. You can see the information here, Moritz Kremb. You can follow him on Facebook. I'm sorry, not on Facebook, on YouTube and TikTok. This backlink information comes from a data source, which again, I have a video here that you can take a look of an application that I created. It gets data specifically for specific businesses, and that should do it. Unfortunately, we were not able to be able to get this component to work just with dummy data. No big deal. I'm going to do some research, see what can we do to make sure that this works as expected. Maybe it's the version of the Next.js framework that I'm using. I don't know. This is part of the process. I've used CopyCoder 3 times already. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, maybe there's a specific images or the specific applications that are more complex than others, and I'm maybe picking the more complex ones. I'm gonna try smaller ones and then kind of work my way up. But it was a great experience. Thank you all for those that are watching and following. If you have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, please let me know. If you want me to build something or try something, I'll be happy to do that for you. But that should do it. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Thank you.